What up, Hammer?
What's happening, kid?
Not much. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Sunday football is almost here. We're almost here. I just traded for Chase right before literally I'm able to get on here.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was cute. I didn't even really give up that much, I don't feel like. I gave up Michael Pittman, Deontay Johnson, a late first round pick that picked the guys in like third place right now, and a linebacker, Dre Greenlaw. This
So
IDP.
a guy that's in third place traded Jamar Chase.
No. The first round pick I gave up
Oh,
was the guy that's in third place. The guy that gave up Jamar Chase is like a mid-pack team. He's like 5-5, I think, right now. And he's trying, I guess, picking that direction. So I think on Tuesday for the Dynasty show, it might be a good idea to talk about that, like leveraging trades right now where, people don't really know yet. You're still kind of fighting. Some people are kind of still in the middle, and it's kind of too late to start tanking now almost. But, if you're not going to make it, you're not going to make it. So some people are just kind of making trades and giving up some good pieces to try and win, for this year. But
yeah, like you tried to leverage me for Baker. Can we touch on that as well on Tuesday if you're comfortable with that?
exactly. You've got it. You've got it now, Hammer. You needed a QB. We're kind of both in the middle in the run here, and Burrow
And
went down. So I
I'm
have
hurting
Baker.
even more because Burrow. That's
Exactly, and I have Baker as my backup. I have Mahomes, who's already had his bye, so like I'm okay there. But if he gets hurt, I'm screwed. And yeah, I didn't want to give up Baker for just nothing, so I had to try and push for something. You know, there were a couple guys. I know we talked a little earlier about some of the guys to trade for, but then I was like, you know what, that doesn't really do much for me. Like I need something that does something for me. So I had to play the
and the
game. Don't hate to play, hate the game, baby.
Yeah, hate the Taylor, but the fucked up part about that is for you guys out there. Obviously, I have Joe Burrow in our home dynasty league, and the trade deadline is coming up for our home league after this week's game. So it was like a frenzy.
Which is dumb in Dynasty.
I
It's
know,
not.
I
It's
know.
not
It should be
smart.
week 14. It should be week 14, but um, the trade deadline's coming up for our home league, and everybody's leveraging, moving pieces. I was a part of a couple of deals as well. Nothing crazy. I picked up Najee. I picked up some other parts, Brandon Cooks, and I had Joe Burrow, and he seemed pretty healthy for the most part. Like it looked like he was rolling. And I had Josh Dobbs. I actually picked up Josh Dobbs and had him on the bench. So I'm like, fuck it. If I could trade Josh Dobbs and acquire a nice wide receiver 3 flex, and just leverage that because I have Burrow. I don't need Josh Dobbs for the stretch run of the season. Let me turn him into something useful. And I trade Josh Dobbs, and not 8 hours later, Joe Burrow goes out for the season. So I'm sitting there, trying to trade with people. Jordan Love was on the table. Baker Mayfield was on the table. Gardner Minshew was on the table. So I ended up settling for Gardner Minshew for Treylon Burks because it didn't make sense for me to trade, anything of true value essentially for a 3-game rental. You know what I mean? My playoff prospects are like 50-50 to be honest, and I'm not going to give up really good pieces for next year just to have, just to be 7-7 and potentially get knocked out in the first round. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to go that far. I was just trying to hedge my bet, I guess is the best situation there.
Bryce, what's up, Bryce? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Hey, fellas, I got some tough questions for you.
Bring it
Let's see,
on.
what do you got? What do you got, Bryce? What are we deciding here?
If you're asking if you should trade for Odell Beckham, the answer is no.
All right, trade in my inbox here. Oh no, that was me actually trading into someone else. Nope. Oh, actually, yeah. Donna has proposed a trade. Oh, he sent it and then rejected it. What is that? Sent it and took it back. I would have took it too. 2 seconds. We talked about Mike Evans. This is a 1 QB league. 2 seconds and Tank Bigsby for Mike Evans.
Are you acquiring or giving Mike
I
Evans?
would be acquiring. So in this league, I have Burrow, I have Higgins. So this is a 1 QB. I do have Derek Carr and Jameis Winston on the bench. So I'm gonna have to try and survive with that. Gus Edwards, Derrick Henry, Keenan Allen, Mari Cooper, Hawkinson, Godwin, CeeDee Lamb. Those are Those are the starters right now, and I do have T. Higgins and JSN on the bench. So I'd be acquiring Mike Evans. I
I
mean,
don't mind that.
Cooper did lose Watson. Allen's a little old and a little banged up.
Yeah, I think Mike Evans could be a really good addition down the stretch, especially if you're going for it. A couple of seconds is valuable, I will say that, but
It's a 1 QB, so let me make
not
sure I
as
let you
valuable.
know that. So it's not as uh, yeah, it's a little more shallow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's a start 8 with a kicker and a defense. So, but yeah,
Yeah, then I don't mind it.
Brady said start Dak or Mahomes.
I mean, the answer more often than not is Mahomes. But Mahomes hasn't been. I know you're saying he's what QB3, QB4, something like that, but
Right
it
now, I don't
hasn't.
know. I have to check. They play.
Eagles
They play the
Monday night
Eagles. I like Mahomes there, and then Dak has got.
at Carolina, which you kind of got to really like that. Still give me Mahomes here. I think I trust Mahomes a lot more than I do Dak. I think Dak will have a solid game, but I just trust Mahomes more to get even on a floor. Mahomes is going to give you 20. So
Mhm. Yep. JC, what's up, JC? Appreciate you tuning in, man.
that's a sweet logo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't even realize that. Packer fan. Hammer is a huge, huge Packer fan, and I'm a Viking fan, so we typically go at it all the time. But yeah. Goose, what's up, Goose? Should I start Herbert or Komet at flex? Khalil
Khalil
Herbert or
Herbert
Komet at the flex?
or
Yeah.
Cole Kmet. It looks like Justin Fields is playing.
Mhm.
Um, in that backfield, you still got to contend with Deonta Foreman and Roshan Johnson. So the Khalil Herbert dynamic is interesting. I think with Justin Fields, you might have to go Komet. I know Khalil Herbert, he might get worked back slowly. I think I read some stuff on him. I do have him in a redraft league, and I have to play him because Bijan is on a bye, but I think I would lean Komet here with Justin Fields back. He looks for him in the red zone.
For sure. Yeah, I think I'd go with who they playing?
Bears are playing at Detroit, so not a
Oh yeah, that's
great
right. At
matchup.
at Detroit. At Detroit. Yeah, I'll go Komet. Give me Komet. Bryce. All right. Second question here. Start 2. Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson, Monty, or Kenneth Walker.
Ooh,
Start 2.
that's spicy.
It's got the
I think I'm
Chargers.
I
Brian
think I'm going
Robinson's got the
Monty.
Giants.
Monty is definitely one of them playing against
Hmm.
the Bears. I think Monty will get some some solid work in his second game back. And then Let's see
K9
Seattle got
against the Rams. That's tough. They all have pretty good matchups.
B-Rob against the Giants, Packers against the Chargers.
Yeah.
Give me Monty and Kenneth Walker. B-Rob a sneaky. B-Rob is a sneaky play. Yeah, B-Rob is a sneaky play. I still like Kenneth Walker.
I mean, I think Aaron Jones is kind of a little bit of sneaky play too against the Chargers. I think they all have pretty good matchups here, but yeah, I think give me Monty and actually give me Monty and Brian Robinson because Gibson is out. You know, Chris Rodriguez is going to play a little bit, but maybe give me B-Rob and Monty. K9 is really close to. I mean, you could make the argument for K9 easily, so it should be Monty and K9, but I might lean a little bit Brian Robinson this game because Chris Rodriguez is more of a Brian Robinson type. He's not like a pure like pass catcher like Gibby. He's more of a guy that's like first and second down work. So maybe Brian Robinson gets a little bit more pass catching in this game. So give me Brian Robinson and Monty here.
Yeah, the thing about that is though, if you look, B-Rob had 100 yards receiving last week.
Yeah, that big play. Yeah, 3 flex the other RBs. Oh, this is the third question. My bad. Flex the other RBs to throw Thielen, Kirk, or Schultz, all full PPR. So we can pick any of the RBs that we didn't pick before, or a wide receiver here, or tight end.
Schultz has been really solid. That Jaguars offense looks weird. Thielen looks like Thielen's starting to slow down a little bit. I don't know there as that third flex option.
Who'd you say?
I might go Aaron Jones there as that third flex option, or B-Rob. I don't think you could go wrong either way, to be honest with you. The problem is with the Packers offense, they're so hit or miss. That's the problem for me, right? In Washington, their offense looks to be in a really good space. So, I listen, they get the ball to Aaron Jones. It's not hard to get the ball to Aaron Jones, but with the way the Packers offense moves, it's just very disjointed at times. So, I'd probably lean Aaron Jones, but listen, with no Gibby, as you said, and an offense that's playing pretty well, and B-Rob is playing pretty well, and they have a solid matchup, I think you could lean B-Rob as well. But give me Aaron by a hair.
Yeah, so for me, I was going B-Rob, Monty, and I'd probably go Schultz, but Kenneth Walker and Aaron Jones are close. Even Thielen, I mean, he's due for a big game, right? I mean, it's tough for any of these guys. I'm probably gonna go K9. Probably gonna go K9. Give me B-Rob, Monty, and K9. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll go Monty, Walker, Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that's a tough question. JC, I'm the guy that asked the Bijan question earlier today. Okay, I remember. We talked about trading other running backs. Yep. Okay. Just got offered Gabe Davis and a third for Najee Harris in a second. No, we're not taking Gabe Davis and a third for Najee in a second. We want a wide receiver, but Gabe Davis is not the wide receiver that we want. And we're not giving up a second on top of that as well. So no, that's a no-go, JC. That's a no-go. Yes, sir. Packers. All right. Well, you can join Hammer over here.
In our
Looks like we
misery
might
this
get top
season?
5. Looks like we might get a top 5 pick this year. Hoping for ALT, Alt, or Fashanu. Okay.
Yeah, we kind of touched on the state of the Packers when we went over the Jordan Love situation. And yeah, I do want to see where the rest of it shakes out. Like I said, they've been in a ton of these games. So one non-turnover, one play here, something there. They could still win some of these games. So I think the most important thing is that Jordan Love plays better, like especially down the stretch of games. I think that's what I want to see, more than anything.
Yeah. If they have a top 5 pick, though, I mean, could be a quarterback. Ray, what's up, Ray? Appreciate you, brother. Evans or Hollywood?
Yeah, I'm going Mike Evans here.
Yeah, I'm going Mike Evans as well. I mean, I expect more from Hollywood, but I'm still gotta take Evans. Start Jones. Chargers have the 32nd ranked pass defense. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what it's hard because all of those guys have legit reasons why you could start them. So it's more just kind of preference and who you like a little bit more because, like we said, they all kind of have good matchups.
Yeah, but also too, the reason why I'm a little hesitant with Aaron Jones, I would still play him in that previous situation that we talked about, but like I said, just the state of the Packers offense as a whole. They played pretty well against Pittsburgh for the most part. You know, you look at the totals, they were pretty solid, but the offense just doesn't flow enough and they don't convert enough third downs, right? To keep drives alive, things of that nature. So, I would like to see the offense be able to sustain drives a little bit more because then Aaron Jones has a chance to rack up, 5, 6 carries. He has a chance to really do some damage through the passing game. So, I'd roll with Aaron Jones, and I wouldn't have a problem playing Aaron Jones this week. But it just does concern me the state of the offense at times.
Chasers in the building. What up, Chasers? Appreciate you, brother. I got Eckler, Gibbs, and Brees Hall. Should I start Achan over any of them?
Maybe over Brees.
I was gonna say the only argument you can make here really could be for Brees because he hasn't
Yep.
kind of produced as we wanted him to, or as
Yep.
he should, and that's just like I don't know why they don't want to give this man the ball, especially
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you can't muster
Nobody
anything
knows.
on offense. So he should be getting at least 20 rushes on the ground. Like he should be getting more rushing work. He's getting about 16, 20, almost kind of 20 his touches the last few games, but they just need
Not
to run
very
the ball a
efficient.
little bit more. He needs more chances, more opportunities. I mean, just never down in like the goal line where he can just bang it in. So
Yep.
yeah, you can make the argument for Brees here. They are going against Buffalo. It is Achane's first game back, and all those running backs in Miami are healthy. So I don't know how that's going to be divvied up either. So and that's the thing with Achan, kind of like Brees, is where all it takes is one touch, for them
Yep.
to have a chance to score. So,
The upside is definitely there if you're playing H-Hit. That's for sure.
are we trusting Achan in the first game back, or are we just rolling with Brees and kind of waiting what happens?
Nah, I think I'm putting H-N in there. I've seen enough of the Jets offense. Listen, Brees could break it
Yeah.
at any time. I agree, but I just think that at this point and listen, the Miami offense moves the ball, so there will be opportunities for him. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I think with the available opportunities and the way that offense moves in Miami, I just trust that more. And even if H-N only gets 8 opportunities, between 8 and 10 opportunities, I'd still feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, I'll take Achan as well. Just go for the upside, right? I mean, because
In
that
a
could
in a solid
literally
matchup.
that could win you the week, right? So let's roll with that. Howell, Fields, or Murray?
Hmm.
Howell, Fields, or Murray?
Murray is at Houston,
Okay.
Fields at Detroit, Howell home against the Giants. I think it's Howell.
Yeah, it could be Howell here. Howell's been really good. So let's roll with Howell. I'd roll with Howell. He's been the best of all three of them. I mean, Murray just came back. He actually looked pretty decent for his first game back. Gave you some good fantasy points. So, Nino, what's up, Nino? Would you rather have Rashard White or Brees Hall rest of season?
I think I'm going Rashad White. As surprising as that
If
sounds,
it's
just
full
be
PPR, right?
yeah, the PPR upside is just fantastic with him. And listen, the Bucks aren't a great team, but they're a competent team and they move the ball. There's opportunities for touchdowns. Rashad White gets the receiving work if you're talking PPR or half PPR even. So Rashad White just has way more upside than Brees Hall at this point because of the state of the offenses.
Yeah, it's a good tier down too, because you could get Rashard White plus probably for Brees Hall. Get somebody else
Yep.
in there also. Jay, what's up, Jay? Appreciate you,
Jay.
brother.
Yes, sir.
What's good, my man? Sean, what's up, Sean? Two questions: DK or Henry at the flex? Kincaid or Kittle full PPR?
Give me Henry at the flex. Oof. Give me Kincaid at tight end.
I'll take Kincaid for sure at tight end. Henry or DK? Probably go with Henry as well. I know Lockett's a little bit banged up too, so maybe let's just keep an eye on that a little bit. But yeah, it might have to be Henry here. He said, "Appreciate Charlie sub. Thoughts on Ayuk versus the Bucks? Appreciate you, Bryce. What are we thinking about Ayuk on the Bucks? Welcome to the
Yeah.
club as well.
Yes, yes. So the interesting thing with any of those, when they're fully healthy, any of those San Francisco kind of skill position weapons, they lose a little bit of value when they're all there. I think really outside of Christian McCaffrey. So I think he's a little bit of a downgrade. But listen, if you got, you're probably still playing him in your wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, somewhere in that range, just because he is dynamic. He can get out there and make plays. I think San Francisco found something last week against Jacksonville. Looks like they figured some things out. And they have a they have a solid matchup against a not so good Tampa Bay team. So yeah, I think Ayuk is definitely worthy of a start. I'm not sure what your other options are, but I still feel pretty good about him. He just gets a little bit of a downgrade because everybody's healthy, right? There's just so many options, so many places to go. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel. There's a lot there. But yeah, he could still have a big game. We've seen it before when everybody's there. It might be a little more fewer and further between when everybody's healthy, because Debo looks like he's back in the fold, and then Kittle's been really, really good the last couple of weeks. So, and you obviously know Christian McCaffrey's just going to get 25 opportunities a game. So, still a good play, but a little bit of a downgrade because everybody's there.
Yeah, I like Ayuk as well. He is the wide receiver there, but like Hammer said, everybody's healthy, so it's kind of gonna be a little up and down. You kind of just have to play him every week, and then that's it. There's no thinking about it. You just play him, and
Yep.
what happens happens. Caleb, what's up, Caleb? Nico, Garrett Wilson, or Kirk this week? Nico, Garrett Wilson, or Kirk?
Whew.
I'm going Nico.
Yeah, I
I
think I'm
go
leaning
Nico.
that way as well. Kirk was a little interesting, but that Jaguars offense just looks scary right now and not in a good way. So yeah, give me Nico as well.
Yeah, let's go Nico
We're
there, Caleb.
we're fading Jets right now.
Appreciate you. JC said he agrees. Feels like he goes 1 week with 12 to 16 touches. Next 2 weeks, he'll get 10 to 12. Yeah, I never trust the Packers running backs ever. It's hard. Always hard. Derek, send Dell and Ferguson for Pittman. Half PPR redraft. My other tight end is Laporta. Dell and Ferguson for Pittman. Half PPR redraft. Other tight end is Laporta. So Ferguson is expendable, and you're getting Michael Pittman. I'm guessing you don't need Dell then either. So I'm okay with that. A little tear up. Take Pittman.
Yeah, that's not a bad move. Pittman's been solid. Minshew needs to play a little bit better. I looked at his numbers. Minshew hasn't been great over the last 2 games, so you would hope Minshew picks up the pace.
Song in the building. What's up, Song? What you got, brother? Romeo Dubes or Amari Cooper in the flex?
Yeah, I'm taking Dubes here with the touchdown upside. I talked about this when we were touching on Jordan Love as well, where Romeo Dubes seems to be the red zone threat on that team. It's not Christian Watson. Jaden Reed, has found his way into the end zone as well. So give me Dubes here with the touchdown upside, and obviously Deshaun Watson's not playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the opposite of you, and I'll tell you why. Because I just think that the upside is not there for Dubes. I mean, he's had only 2 games with over 36 yards. He has had tutties, but you have to hope for the tutty just to get in the low teens. Where Amari Cooper, he's getting 8, 9 targets. Like, even with Deshaun out, they're still trying to get him the football. So I think I'm gonna take Amari Cooper here, but Dubes, I can see why, like you said, with that tutty upside.
You trust PJ Walker or Dorian
It's
Thompson
Dorian Thompson.
DTR?
Yeah. Listen,
You trust
like I
that?
said, Like I said, they're trying to get him the football, so I'll take the targets. I mean, it's not like it's so easy to trust Jordan Love or Romeo Dubes at that point. So I mean, you're just excited
Yeah.
about the tutty upside. So you just have to hope he gets that tutty.
Yep.
After the Burrow injury, do you try to trade Jamar Chase in redraft leagues? I think in redraft leagues it's extremely tough because everybody's kind of down on him and everybody knows. So nobody's trying to pay up for him. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. I mean, there
The
could be
one thing
somebody that likes him.
The one thing I will say, JC, is try and talk it up a little bit, right? He still caught a touchdown pass. It wasn't pretty, but I'm just saying you got to leverage something, right? So you can leverage. Hey, listen, Jake Browning just came into the game. He really didn't expect to play, and Jamar Chase still caught a touchdown pass. So if you just try and leverage it, I'm not saying it's going to be the best situation to try and trade Jamar Chase, but he's still a really good receiver. I still think he'll put up some fantasy points. It's not going to be crazy, but you have to talk up his value a little bit. So at least this way you can get 75 cents on the dollar instead of 50 cents on the dollar.
Yeah. Shout out to Mountain Dew, by the way. I'm still waiting for that sponsorship.
Yeah.
So I was at the gas station. They had the two for whatever, $3. Then I went and got the Nerds clusters.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
those are
my God.
fantastic. The wife gets them. They're crack.
The clusters are fire.
Got that little gummy center.
Mm-hmm. Pause. Nino,
Are we pausing everything now?
yeah,
Jesus.
just see Brees as kind of boom or bust, where Rashard will for sure get his receiving work. Appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And like I said, you should be able to get Rashard plus. Like I'm not doing it straight up. I don't think.
I agree.
Diaz in the building. What up, Diaz? Gentlemen, and I use that term loosely.
Diaz, you better tread lightly, Diaz. Diaz, this is why you can't trust anybody, because I have Diaz's back. I stand up for him. He just comes on the air and he just takes us down a peg. That's a problem. Diaz, we're gonna have a conversation in the DMs very shortly.
I appreciate you, Diaz. My man. Also got to start sit. Is Singletary for sure start over Ridley this week?
It's getting there. You can certainly make that argument. It's getting there. And that's I know that pains you to say because Ridley is your boy.
I ain't doing
And
it.
I like me some Ridley. Texans have a good matchup. They're playing well. I think it is, man.
Could be.
Like what
Could be. No,
argument can you
Singletary. No Singletary. I mean,
no Pierce?
we know what Singletary is. He's not what we saw last game, like 150 yards. I mean, he did have 30 carries, but
I mean, with CJ Stroud, with the weapons they got going against Arizona.
like Ridley.
Yeah, I'm playing Singletary, man.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. It's a
At this
real.
point, at this stage of the game, I can't sit around and wait for Calvin Ridley and bang my head over that table again and
Oh, for
again.
sure.
If
I'm
I'm
just
trying
not
to make a
banging my head
playoff
over
run,
Singletary though either.
I understand, but you got to read the landscape, and Calvin Ridley's not getting it done. It's that simple.
I mean, I don't feel like
And
Singletary
Calvin
really, other
Ridley's
than
most
last
likely your
game.
wide receiver 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's true. It depends. DTR or Pickett? It's so trashy.
Oh God, Kenny Pickett's gonna get ragdolled in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Give me DTR here. Fucking Kenny Pickett's a piece of garbage. Give me DTR. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll take DTR as well. We get some rushing or something. I mean, that's rough. That's like picking Judy over Sutton because Sutton doesn't have upside, yet all he does is score. Wait, which one was that? Which one was that,
Dubes,
Jim?
or it was the Dubes one. Dubes or Cooper.
Dubes or Cooper? No, not necessarily, because Judy, I mean, it's not like Judy's getting a shit ton of targets.
I understand where
But I
Diaz.
mean, I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
I understand where Diaz is coming from, but the only difference I would say is that Amari Cooper is a way better player than Jerry Jeudy. You know what I mean? If we're comparing Sutton to Duke just in terms of touchdown upside, Amari Cooper is just way better than Jeudy. But the quarterback situation comes into play. You know, DTR's out there, and that's kind of where I'm going with that. So that's why I kind of went with Dobbs.
Feel feel that, Diaz. Is it too soon to start truly looking and evaluating dynasty rookie rankings past the top 10 or so? No, I mean, it's not too soon, but you know, it all depends on like your process, right? What is your process? Is that something you really like doing? You like scouting the players, but earlier, now, or do you like doing it more, in the off season? It all just depends on your process, how much time that you have. So, I'm not one that's going deep, 30, 40 deep. Like I'm looking at some of the top guys and then I'm kind of I'm looking at everybody obviously, but I'm picking some of the top guys that I like, really kind of going into detail in those. And then some of the other guys I'm kind of just going through, but there's still time left also. So we'll see what happens, JC. But a lot of people have been started already. If G Willie is out, got Madison, Ty Chandler, Deontay versus the Browns, Mooney with Fields back, 10 with 2 super flex, 7.5 TDs. Got Madison, Ty Chandler, Deontay versus the Browns, or Mooney with Fields.
I don't know if I'm trusting Mooney in this scenario. I might lean Madison if he plays.
Mm,
Is Madison in?
we don't know yet.
The Deontay thing is really it should be Deontay here, but they have a crazy tough matchup, and Kenny Pickett is just god awful. So I'd go Madison if he plays. Obviously, if Garrett Wilson plays, then we're playing Garrett Wilson over this situation. But if Garrett Wilson doesn't play, I think I'll go Madison or Chandler, whichever Madison's plays. Madison's healthy. Madison. If not, I'd go with Ty Chandler. That Minnesota offense is pretty good.
I might be with you there. I feel like Deontay can still kind of produce. I know last game was straight garbage, so I get not playing him. So
And you think Kenny Pickett's
I'm
going to
okay
get
with
harassed
Madison
by
or Chandler.
Cleveland?
I'm okay with Madison or Chandler. I know he's gonna get harassed, but Blurpy, what's up, Blurpy? Start three: Henry, White, G. Willie, and Singletary. I think I'm between White, Singletary. Since White plays the Niners, I'm starting their defense.
Yeah, I still don't care. I'm playing Rachaad White because he has that PPR upside. So I am with you there. I think I'm playing Singletary as well, and Garrett Wilson might not play. So if Garrett Wilson doesn't play, that kind of solves your issue there. That's just a timing thing. I didn't look at the timing of all the games, but Jets play at 4:25, so that's Titans play at 1. The Bucks play at 4 as well, so that makes it a little bit easier. And then Singletary plays at 1. So I think you're playing Henry and Singletary, and then you're waiting to see between White and Wilson. I think I still go with Rachaad White there anyway. Sorry, I'm experiencing some allergy issues. My nose is runny.
Yeah, probably
Nonsense.
sit Singletary. 3 or 4: Adam Thielen, Jalen Waddle, Rachaad White, Deontay. So we got to sit one of these guys. Deontay, Rachaad White, Jalen Waddle, Adam Thielen.
Deontay's taking a seat here for me.
Might have to be Deontay this week. And this could be the bounce back week, but after last week, I don't know.
I'm
Hard
not
to trust
crazy about that.
Kenny
Yep.
Pickett, but Madison and Wilson are both good to go. Most likely won't play. Yeah, we'll have to wait till the morning and see officially what's going on there. Tommy, what's up, Tommy? There's another Packer fan. I need a flex and a running back, full PPR. Pick two. Flex and a running back. So we got to pick two. Darrell Henderson, James Cook, or Nico Collins. Go, Pack, go.
Tommy, that's why you're always welcome on this show. Anytime, day of the week,
God,
shadow or shade, winter, spring, summer, fall. Tommy, you are the man.
I should have made Hammer read that. He made me say go, Pack, go.
See, beautiful. You know what time it is.
No. It ain't Packer
Uh,
time.
nah, it hasn't been Packer time since week 3.
Just admit the Vikings are superior, and it's okay.
Flex and a running back. So you're playing two out of 3 with one running back. Obviously, Nico Collins is definitely playing here,
Yep.
and I think I'll go James Cook as well. Darrell Henderson's
Yeah.
interesting, but I'll go James
Me
Cook
too.
at the running back and Nico at the flex.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the same thing there. Cook and Nico for sure. Blurpy. What up, Blurpy? White and Wilson play at the 4
Yeah,
p.m. Oh, okay. He was answering that. There you go.
yeah. So we touched on that.
Marcos. What's up, Marcos? Appreciate you, man. Take a big dip with Chase losing Burrow. Yeah, man. This is killing us all. Been offered DJ Moore for him. Would you guys accept? DJ Moore for
Ooh.
Chase.
With Justin Fields coming back, that's not a bad deal. I would assume we're talking redraft here.
Yeah.
I would see if I could just get a little pinch more. I know, man, I know people are not going to want to part with a ton for Chase at this point. I think I would shop around a little bit more. I mean, if time is of the essence, then I would say go do it. With the games being tomorrow, obviously you can't trade Chase until Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Because he already
Yeah.
played. So you can't trade Chase until Tuesday anyway. So with that being said, go shop around, shop Jamar Chase around, see what somebody's willing to give you, and then you pretty much make a decision on Tuesday morning.
You can get DJ Moore and like a running back that you can play or something like that, then I'd be okay with that.
I just think people are gonna really handcuff you a little bit and say, well,
For sure.
Chase is probably a wide receiver 3 the rest of the season.
Blurpy says he thinks Wilson's likely to play. We'll confirm that in the morning as well. But Diaz said Puka, Tank Dell, Jerome Ford need two starting Mostert and Gibbs. So you need
I'll play.
two out of Puka, Tank Dell, and Ford.
Yeah, I'm playing Puka for sure. And I think I'm playing Tank Dell as well. I think that Steelers Browns game is going to be really low scoring. I think Jerome Ford does have an opportunity to get in the end zone, but with that being said, that Texans offense has got something going. I know Nico Collins is back, and obviously Noah Brown's been putting in work, but Tank Dell is a big part of that offense. So give me Tank Dell here with the upside play. Puka and Tank Dell, and I'll feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, I'll go Puka and Dell as well. It's close, though. I do like Ford, but it's definitely Puka. And yeah, let's go. Let's go with Dell. Let's go with Dell there. So Pack has got the Chargers this week. What do you think happened in the Packer Chargers game? We've got Keenan Allen has the AC joint sprain, whatever it is. He is still playing though. Quentin Johnson got to step up. Jalen Guyton's got to step up, right? No Palmer either. No Mike Will. Somebody's got to step up. Is it going to be Eckler? Does Eckler get a ton more work? And
Oh
then you've
yeah,
got the
they
Pack
can't
on the
cover
other
Eckler.
hand.
They can't
Yeah.
cover Eckler. Eckler's going to have 100 yard. Eckler's going to have 150 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns. You watch.
And then
They
you've
made
got
Najee
Packers.
Harris. The Packers made Najee Harris look like Adrian Peterson. Like Najee Harris is not that good, and he was just running wild.
And then the Packers, right? Aaron Jones. We see the always the inconsistency with Aaron
That's the
Jones'
problem.
usage. And that was always annoying with Aaron Jones.
That is the problem. That's what's most frustrating for Packers fans is that we know how good he is. And to be fair, he was coming off that injury. He did have some, and then when you combine that with the inconsistent offense, that's not a good recipe. I still think he is playable on a week to week basis, but it makes it tough. Makes you decide on, if you have other options, it makes it closer than it probably should be.
Yeah. Jaden Reed's still wide receiver 1.
Jaden Reed's awesome. He's been really good.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Watson right now, but
A bunch of nothing. That's what's happening.
yeah, said all right, 0.5 tight end premium, half point per first down. Okay. Team lost Burrow, Andrews, and Chase traded for Hawk. So him or Sutton in the flex. Hawk or Sutton, are you asking? That's not even close. It's Hawk. It's Hawk. I feel like
I concur.
Hawkinson is like even better with Dobbs now, because especially with JJ out, like they don't
That
really
was going
have
to be
they
my
don't
next
really
point.
right. They're not really pushing the ball downfield as much as you do, when you got a guy like JJ. So yeah, I mean Hawkinson's been awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Hawkinson's been fantastic. I have him in a redraft league, and he's fantastic. There's no other way to say it.
Jonathan, what's up, Jonathan? Dynasty League. He's been offered 224 first, a 24 second, and a 25 second, and Terry McLaurin for Jahmyr Gibbs. It's such a huge
Ooh.
offer that I really don't know what to do. Do you know where those firsts are going to land? Like, and is it super flex or is it one QB? And how many starters on offense do you have to start? Not counting defense or kicker, on offense, including QBs. So super flex, one QB. And where are those first landing and how many starters is it? If you can let us know that, that will give me a better, how do I say it? It will let me give you a better answer, a more accurate answer for this question, because the format is so important to all of these questions, especially when there's picks involved. So let me know, Jonathan, and we'll get into that question for you. Rolling Loud in the building. What's up, Rolling Loud? Javonte Williams or B-Rob?
Ooh.
Javonte's been getting some heavy work.
Yes, he has. B-Rob's been fantastic as well. And you mentioned no Gibby, so
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things you like there. Let's see who Denver takes on. We didn't talk much about Denver. They're taking on your
Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah. Yep.
Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go B-Rob here.
I think I'm gonna go B-Rob as well. It's not by much, but enough. Simp, what's up, Simp? Evening, fellas. Starting running backs are Gibbs and Connor. Should I flex Monty or Kincaid? Full PPR.
That's spicy. That's real fucking spicy. God damn it. You don't want to miss a Monty.
Oh, I'm sitting Connor and I'm playing Gibbs and Monty.
I
I don't care. I'm
You
playing
can
both
make
of
that
them,
argument.
and
You
I'm
can make that
flexing
argument.
Kincaid. I mean, I like Connor, but I'm not playing him over Monty or Kincaid.
I think you might be right. I think that might be the route. Now, I do think Connor, I think in his first game back, I think he had 21 carries, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check out the
He's
exact stat line.
he's
He's
gonna
going to
get
get the
work.
volume. So, but I just don't think 16 carries for 73 yards, 4.5 a clip. I like that. I think he'll get 20 carries against Houston. I think I might be with you, man. It's hard to sit Monty or Kincaid because those guys all have just superior upside to Connor. I think that's the play there. Yeah, I think I'm leaning that way as well. But Connor was really good before he got hurt. Like, make no mistake about it. Connor was really, really good before he got hurt. But that's the problem, though. He could get hurt in one of these games, and then you're fucked. I know anybody could really, but yeah, I think I'll roll that way as well. But Connor is definitely a guy that could get in the end zone.
Let's get back to Jonathan's question here. Picks will probably be around 4 to 7 range. Okay, it's a 12 team, 1 QB. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a start 8. So it's relatively shallow. 1 QB start 8. I'm not giving up Gibbs for this.
The
I know
Hall
you're getting
though.
2 first, but in a 1 QB, if it's not like a top 3 pick, it's not as valuable. Like Gibbs is going to be really valuable for you in a start 8, the running back, a little bit more important than it would be if it was a deeper league. So I'd rather just keep Jahmyr Gibbs because the seconds aren't as important in the 1 QB. Terry McLaurin is a friend. He's a starter, so I mean, but he's also getting a little bit older. Just give me Gibbs. I'm keeping Gibbs here. You have to pay
That's a
more in 1 QB and in start 8, right? The value is very different. So on when you just look at it at the surface, and this is why it's so important, right? Whenever you ask dynasty questions, just please let us know that the amount of starters, like what the format is, because it's very important. Because just on the surface, you look at this and you're like, oh fuck, I'm getting 2 firsts, I'm getting 2 seconds, and I'm getting Terry, which is a good price for Gibbs. But in this particular format, I don't like it.
yeah,
Because
I'm hearing what you're saying. That's just what can you flip all of that capital for?
well, yeah,
I lean with you just because Gibbs is so dynamic, but man, it'd be hard for me to turn down 2 firsts, a second, two firsts, 2 seconds, and McLaurin. The McLaurin thing really isn't really what gets me all hot and bothered. It's really those 224 firsts that you can parlay into something really nice. And listen, the fact that it's a running back also is a little bit of a factor here on why I may take this. I'd sleep on it for a night is why I may take this, because the running back shelf life is just so short. I think Gibbs is really awesome, but the shelf life is just so short. I think I might be able to turn this package of assets into something better than Gibbs or something more long term than Gibbs.
that would be the other part of it, right? How is your league? How is the landscape of the league as far as what do they value, right? Do they value these picks? So, the only way I would take this deal is if, like you said, Hammer, if I know that I can take these picks and turn them into, better pieces because the league values that, then that's the way that I would go. But I don't particularly know what the league values. So Jonathan, you know more than us kind of what that league values. I wouldn't be looking to be making those picks. I would only be taking this deal if I'm able to move those picks for more pieces to help my team. You know, do those picks get me closer to a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, or does Jahmyr Gibbs get me closer to Jamar Chase, Justin
Yeah,
Jefferson?
yeah,
That's really the question that you've got to ask yourself. So on the surface, no, I'm not taking it, but looking into a deeper aspect, like I said, or like Hammer said, if those picks are going to be valuable for you and you can turn them into something better, then go that way. So it's really more of a landscape of your league kind of answer. Appreciate you, Jonathan. Hopefully that answers your question. Let me know. Where were we at? JC said Packers offense is what you call a cluster. It's all good. You could say it. This is
a cluster
how do I
fuck.
say it?
Yes,
Uncensored. It's a clusterfuck. Jamie, what up, Jamie? Appreciate you, bro. It's been
yes,
a while,
sir.
brother. What's good, Jamie? Jamie, how you doing in your leagues this year? Marcos, half PPR, one running back, one flex, Pollard, Puka, Mostert, Jerome Ford, Ayuk.
Mostert at running back, Puka at the flex.
Hmm. Who's Miami playing? Where are they at? Oh, they're playing the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, Mostert is interesting. I kind of like Pollard too. I know Pollard hasn't been great. He hasn't scored a touchdown in forever. But I think this could be one of those games, and I think we've been saying that probably the past few weeks. Well, not us in particular, but people the past few weeks. He's had some good matchups. Still hasn't had that breakout game. But does the team know it at this point, and they want to try and maybe get him the football a little bit, let him get that confidence, have that good game, or are they just going to continue to kind of throw in, Dowdle a little bit more and kind of go back from Pollard a little bit. I mean, I don't know. It's just a
It makes
bad
sense.
situation, and it sucks because yeah, because Pollard is getting a ton of work. He's getting a ton of work, a ton of goal line work, and he's just not been able to produce. So probably go with Puka and Mostert as well. Mm. Yeah, give me Puka and Mostert. Need upside. So yeah, I think those are kind of the upsides though as well. I mean, Ayuk, not crazy upside. Jerome Ford, not really like, against the Steelers. Pollard does have some upside, so you could do Puka and Pollard or Puka and Mostert. I'll leave that up to you. Jamie said he's starting Chandler over Pacheco if Madison is out. Over Pacheco, yeah, because there's nobody else really there. I mean, I know the Eagles have been pretty good, so I can understand it. I don't know if I want to trust Ty Chandler. I know there's a good matchup against the Broncos. They're actually been playing a lot better defense lately, but I think I'm still gonna roll with Pacheco. I mean, it's a good team. He'll be the guy down there getting the tutty, if anything. I don't know if they're jamming it in with Ty Chandler down there. I'm still taking Pacheco. Still taking Pacheco. I'm competing. What's up, Dull Guitar? I'm competing Dynasty. Really want to buy Chase. Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity in Dynasty right now to buy Chase, to buy Joe Burrow, to buy both of those guys. The injuries, what's happening to them. I mean, T. Higgins as well. Just the stock is completely down right now, and this is one of those pockets where these are the buying windows where now these guys become available. I just bought Chase a couple hours ago, right before we got on the show. I was able to buy Chase from somebody in Dynasty. So now is the time, especially those competing teams that might want to come off of Chase, win that championship if you're going to give them some good, win now pieces. So competing or not competing, I think you should be going after Chase regardless. So if you're competing, I mean, it's going to be tough if you got to give up your whole team to go get Chase. So that's going to be a decision that obviously you have to make, but what he's going to cost exactly. But yeah, competing or not competing, going after Chase, and you're trying to get Burrow right now as well. So all my dynasties, that's what I'm currently trying to do. Yes, 12 team Superflex start 10, both okay. Half PPR, rush, half tight end premium. Receiving bonus, QB, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Aaron Jones or Devonta already starting AJ Brown. We're getting for the rush and for the reception. The reception bonus for QB wide receiver. Okay.
Is that Devonta Smith?
Yeah, so Aaron Jones or Devonta Smith. If Lockett's
I think I'll
out,
go,
he's got I guess that's the second part of it. We'll answer this one first. Aaron Jones or Devonta.
I think I'll go Aaron Jones here.
I might have to go Aaron Jones there too in that kind of format. Me, Aaron Jones. If Lockett's out, have Deontay Foreman or Justin Watson versus the Eagles. Terrible secondary. Have Mahomes.
Yeah, at that point, I'm not playing Justin Watson. I'd roll with Deontay.
Yeah, I'm playing the other. Playing Deontay. Unless you want to pray for that one Watson big play. I mean, try and bet on that, but Jamie said his leagues, he's in the playoffs, 13 out of 25. Yeah, Jamie's got in a ton of leagues as well. And The Verge at 5-5 in 7 leagues, then tanking in 5 for Caleb or Marvin. I feel you. I'm in the same position in a few competing and few not competing, basically. So Nino back from that. Rashard Brees trade. He offered Rashard and Deontay for Ridley, Brees, and Howell. I got Stroud still. So you get Rashard and Deontay, and you got to give up Ridley, Brees, and Howell. Mm, can't hear you, Hammer. Hammer can't hear you.
This is a one quarterback, and you have Stroud, then The Howell thing doesn't bother me as much.
Doesn't as much, but I mean, I think if you're giving up Brees, like it should just be Brees for Rashard and Deontay. And I guess you could give up Ridley if you think if you like Deontay over Ridley, then
I think
no. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I think I'm okay with it just from the standpoint of, I mean, Deontay, I don't know, man. Ridley still has the upside. Brees still has the upside. Obviously, Howell doesn't mean anything here because you have Stroud. You want Rashad White kind of the way he's playing. Um, that's tough. That's a hard call to make, to be honest with you. That's a really tough call. I think I'll take the. I mean, because Ridley and Brees, you know what they can be. They just haven't been that lately for a significant amount of time anyway. So, is that the route you want to go?
I'm not giving him Howell. I don't care if he's expendable. I don't think you're getting a good enough return to give up Howell with it as well. You want to do Rashard and Deontay for Ridley and Brees, fine. Not giving him Howell.
Dude.
He's got to give up something more if he wants Howell. You know,
Yeah,
give me
I feel
a
that.
tier up. Give me a tier up from Deontay, and you can get Ridley, Brees, and Howell.
I feel that.
You know, that's what I'm feeling with that. Achan coming back.
Jesus.
Yeah, Achan coming back, but I think most are still going to get his work.
Oh,
See how many touches he gets this first game back. Person who will get the number one has said that he might trade the pick since he needed much more than just Harrison. Would Gibbs or those two first get me closer to possibly trading for him? And is it worth it? I mean, that's the tough part. That's the hard part to say because I'm not sure how the league values it. Can you offer those two first to go get the number one? Like, can you do that? Though you said those could be mid first. I mean, that guy's getting two picks out of it. I'd give up those two picks and somebody else. I still probably wouldn't give up Gibbs. I'm okay with giving up somebody else or two other guys maybe. That's not as good, but yeah, can you trade those two firsts and get that number one pick, or can you trade the two first plus somebody else on your team to get that number one pick? And you can make the argument that, hey, you said yourself you need more than just Harrison, so here you go. Take these two first, so you split that first into two first, and I'll give you this piece on top. That's kind of how I would try and approach it. What do you think?
that's it's just a lot of moving parts. You know what I mean? So the fact that there are so many moving parts makes it very complicated. It really depends on what these people value. Like you said, you really have to gauge what people value at this point and make one move at a time, obviously. But these picks, especially if they're in the middle somewhere, it's going to take more than that at this point. And I think that's what the bottom line is.
Jim, new OC in Buffalo going to get Cook more involved. Have Cook and Kincaid. Just wonder if this is going to help their value. More Cook than Kincaid. And Kincaid is already going to be doing what he's doing. Like, I'm not really worried about Kincaid. Cook has been kind of hit or miss. Like, we want him to get the ball more. We want him to do well, but he's kind of been hitting or missing lately. QJ Myers or Jaden Reed start one. Jay Myers, Jaden Reed.
Give me Jaden Reed here, but
Mm,
Myers, you could
I
make a
might
little
go
bit of a
Jaden Reed.
case for, but I'll take Jaden Reed.
Might go Jaden Reed as well. George Play, what's up, George Play? I'm 9-1 this week. Traded Kenneth Walker for Pollard. I was worried about Seahawks schedule and Zach Charbonnet. Also added Dowdle and Charbonnet to my roster. Thoughts? Traded Kenneth Walker for Pollard. I mean, I don't love that, but worried about the Seahawks schedule and Charbonnet. But he added Dowdle and Charbonnet to the roster.
I mean, listen, you're 9-1, so seems like you're in pretty good shape. I wouldn't worry about it that much, to be honest with you. I think these guys aren't going to make or break your team.
Jaden Reed or Thielen?
That's a little more interesting.
I'll go Thielen there, though.
I would lean Thielen as well.
Barbara, what's up, Barbara? McBride or Komet, full PPR, and Browns defense or Dolphins defense?
I'll take the second one first. Give me the Browns defense going against Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I'll take that as well.
And give me Trey McBride here.
Yep. Take Trey McBride also. I think you almost have to go that route. What he's doing. His top 3 picks are This top 3 picks are Gibbs require round one startup value. This top 3 wait, what? This top 3 picks are Gibbs.
I think he was talking about that trade that Jonathan was making.
Yeah, I know he was talking about. I'm trying to figure out what it. Those top 3 picks, maybe. But yeah, unless it was like a top 3-ish. I mean, I'm not. I want to give up Gibbs, especially in like the shallower start 8-ish.
Yeah.
I want Marvin Harrison, but I don't know if I want to give up Gibbs for it, even though he's a running back. Superflex move Burrow in a late second for Jefferson.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm doing that in a super flex. Who are the other quarterbacks?
Yeah, Lithium. Is this Superflex or 1 QB? Listen, move Burrow
Super
in a late.
flex. SF. Super
Okay,
flex.
my bad. Superflex. So move Burrow in a late second for Jefferson.
That's tough because who's your other
How many
quarterback?
teams? How many teams and how many starters? Lithium. That's going to be. And who is your other quarterback? That's good too.
That's a tough one. That's tough because you want Jefferson, but in the super flex,
Is
getting
it
rid of
4 or
Burrow is
6?
gonna leave you. Getting rid of Burrow is gonna leave you on an island quarterback wise.
Is it 4-point or 6-point also, right? Touchdown. I think with the 6, that's like Burrow. For if it's 4, you could make the case for JJ there. You know. Bride or commit, full PPR,
We did
Browns
that.
defense or Dolphins oh yeah, we did that. My bad. Did that come up again? Oh. Songs that Foreman or Ty Chandler.
Ooh. Deontay Foreman has a tough matchup against that Lions front. If Madison doesn't play, Todd Chandler is a fairly easy pick.
Yeah.
But I think they play in different time slots. I believe, yeah. So the Vikings play in that Sunday night game, obviously. So that's gonna make it tough. I think that's the fucked up part here because you just don't know if Madison plays. Yeah, I think you might have to lean Foreman here. It's a little scary with Herbert coming back because you got to imagine they want to get him involved somehow. So, I mean, you kind of want to lean Foreman, but it's not the best. It's not the ideal. I'd lean Foreman here, though.
I'm going Chandler if Madison doesn't play. If Madison plays, then I'll go
Yeah, but you
Foreman,
can't.
right?
You won't know because the
Um,
Vikings game is at 8, so you have to decide to
no,
play
it's
Foreman.
possible we might know. It's possible we might know in the morning because it's not
I doubt it.
Is that necessarily a game time thing, or does it have to be that particular day? Like, okay, he wakes up in the morning and boom, that's when they determine.
Yeah, but normally that Sunday night game, they don't really release it till like 6:30.
Yeah, but
You
that's
won't
what
know
I'm
for sure.
saying. Is it more? Is the that protocol? Does it have to be done in the morning? Are they waiting until the game time in order to do whatever test they got to take, or no? That's going to be when you wake up that day. They're going to determine whether or not you're going to be able to play.
Well, I would imagine. Listen, by 11:30, if they don't announce it by 12:50, then you kind of have to play Foreman. No,
Yeah, yeah, no, of course,
that's all. That's kind of what I meant by that.
of course. Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily. I guess if you want to play it safe, but I would just think that we would know early at least, even though the game is late, because it's different. It's not a an injury per se. It's a concussion. So Lawrence is the other QB, 4-point passing, 6 receiving. So you could absolutely make a chase for JJ here.
I don't know with Trevor Lawrence. I still think Trevor Lawrence is solid, and you want him on your dynasty team. But I don't know if I'm doing that, man. I think Burrow's still way too valuable. I
Do you have
understand
another
4.
quarterback? Like, what's your situation gonna be? How are you gonna fill the Burrow spot now at quarterback? Like, I guess that would be the next question, right? What's your plan now from here if you do make this trade, right? There's got to be some sort of plan that you have in your mind.
Jesus. Yeah, I might have to run soon. My allergies are really bad, dude. My nose is running. I might have to make a little bit of an exit to
Yeah,
get
do what you
this
gotta
handled up.
do, Hammer. Take some damn allergy medicine.
I've been popping them like Skittles, dude. It's not. I feel my eyes aren't itching. It's just my nose is running, making it very hard for me to talk. I keep wiping my nose on air. I don't want to have to keep doing that to you guys, but yeah, I'm gonna jet out of here. I got to get my situation together. If I could get it together in the next like 15 20 minutes, I'll hop back on. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, let
Let
me go handle
me.
this.
Hammer, do your thing. All right, Hammer left me. What up, y'all? Yeah, Lithium, give me a little more insight on your squad, on your plan there. We'll see if this kind of makes sense for you. What your team look like, what's your situation. See if we can make something happen there. Is that something that's just in your inbox, or is that something that you're thinking about doing or sending? But yeah, Diaz, are we taking Gibbs before Marvin Harrison and one QB start 8? Or are we taking Marvin Harrison over Gibbs? Game this week is going to be that Monday night game, Eagles Chiefs. Vikings Broncos is a pretty good Sunday night game too. Broncos been playing a little bit better lately. I mean, Russell Wilson, is he fixed now? Like, is he? Did Sean Payton fix him? I mean, the team is trash, but I mean, Russell's done pretty well this season so far. I mean, 18 tutties to 4 intos, only 1,800 yards, but league leader Sam Howell, 2,783 yards, 7 tutties to go with 9 picks. And Saquon's gotta make a comeback here. I mean, the offense is just so bad. No QB. Worried about Saquon a little bit. His upside, of course, is just shot. But the one good thing is he is pretty much all they have. So he's going to hopefully continue to get work, and hopefully they're not down by a ton where they got to take him out, which is what happened last week. So We talked about Tony Pollard. Could this be the game? I mean, I know we've been saying that, but could this be when Pollard kinda puts it all together here? Do they try and get him a little bit more involved? CeeDee Lamb, does he go crazy again? Coming up on 1,000 yards on the season here. Let's see, we've got Tyreek Hill over 1,000, AJ Brown over 1,000. CeeDee Lamb's at 975. He'd be that next one there. Keenan Allen, 73 catches, along with Stephon Diggs, leads the league. 106 targets for Jamar Chase, 102 for Stephon Diggs. Just looking at some of the stats here. Marv and Dynasty, yeah. I want Marv as well. But I feel like you could probably give up somebody else instead of Gibbs there. Can you give up somebody else instead of Gibbs with those picks in that trade? Let me go back to. Hold on, I'm getting confused with the trade. Let me go back to that real quick. 224 first, a 24 second, a 25 second, a term. Yeah, so I'm keeping Gibbs on that one. Where was the one with the 101? Who had the 101 question? Okay. Might trade the pick since he's much more than Harrison. Would Gibbs or those two first get me closer to possibly trading for him? Is it worth it? Okay, my bad. I'm trying to go back into the other question, Jonathan, if you're still here. Person who will get number one said he might trade pick. Yeah, Gibbs should get you closer, but I'd rather keep Gibbs. So if you could trade we went over that. If you could trade the two first, go get Gibbs. I'm remembering now. All right, Gibbs and redraft. Russ is no longer allowed to cook. That defense is the number one defense in the last 4 games. Yeah, that's crazy what they've been doing the last few weeks, especially on defense. They've been awesome. It's crazy. Madison, G. Willie, Lockett, and Keenan all expected to play. Just retool. Yeah. Okay. Madison is playing. Okay. Expected to play. G. Willie, Lockett, Keenan, all good to go. I know Keenan was. I knew Lockett was most likely going to play, but just something to keep an eye on. G. Willie and Madison are now officially playing. Perfect. I seen Pollard trade for Brian Robinson straight up. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I would wait until after this week. Pollard's 3 to 5 tutties, just like Michigan did last year versus the Panthers on his TD drought. Lazy script writing. Now that could be true though. That could be true. Absolutely. So we'll see. Where does Chase fall in your rankings after Burrow injury? That's tough. I guess he's like a high end wide receiver too. I mean, it's hard to try and to not keep him still in like the top 12 every week. But we'll see what happens now with this new QB. Realistically, I'm looking at it as like, okay, I don't have a wide receiver one anymore. Now he's more of a like, Garrett Wilson type, like praying wide receiver two production. So Joker, what's up, Joker? Been a while, bro. Full PPR. Choose two: Raheem Mostert, Achane, Ford, Ridley, or Jacoby. Alexander Madison. You're gonna start in both Miami running backs. I mean, that's not a horrible idea. And that's probably the best options to be fair. I mean, I like Ford, but with no Watson now, give me the two guys on that Miami offense. Ridley hasn't been great. Jacoby, Madison, I like the matchup, but Mostert, A-Chain are probably the best two to go with there. I think I'm with you, Joker. Let's go Mostert H-Chan. Lucius, what's up, Lucius? Evening redraft. Who would you drop? Fryermuth, Musgrave, or Thomas? Also, which of those three tight ends would you start this week? Let's see. Packers got the Chargers. I probably play. Pull up. Yeah, I mean Logan Thomas is an option. I probably play Musgrave just because of the matchup. Probably play Musgrave just because of the matchup against the Chargers. Give me Musgrave. And if I had to drop one of them, it'd probably be Fryermuth for now. I mean, he hasn't played anyway. That offense is pretty bad. Crispy in the building. What's up, Crispy? Appreciate you, Crispy. Look where Garrett Wilson is when Rodgers went down. Exactly. 15 to 20. Chase will be 12 to 15 without Burrow. Exactly. Which is kind of exactly what I said. High end wide receiver, too. Yeah. I feel exactly the same, Jamie. That's what I'm thinking. I think I still want to keep Bijan from our conversation earlier. Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep him, that's fine. You know, unless you can get one of those top wide receivers, would it be wise to inquire about trading Bijan for Chase? Yeah, I'm okay with that for sure. I'd rather have Chase. 101 to 103 and 24 is going to give you access to Chase, JJ, and top 6 QBs. Gibbs ain't giving you a sniff. Yeah, I mean, in the one QB start 8, like that's the one thing. It's like, okay, how do they view these picks? You know, how do they view these picks? And is it officially going to definitely be that 101? And then can you use that, like DS says here? Can you get a Chase? Can you get a JJ? Can you get one of the top QBs? So depending on your league there, just make the best play. Caddy said, so about the tier up the other day, Gibbs and Collins for Jay Jettas. Gibbs and Collins for Jay Jettas. I mean, Gibbs has been really good. We don't know when Jettas is coming back. It might be after the bye week. So I think that's the other thing you got to think about here now too, Caddy. Can you survive? Can you survive? It's the same tier with G Will. Russ or Stafford. I'm still going. I want to go Russ. Who's Stafford playing? Stafford's playing the Seahawks. Give me Russ. I mean, Russ has been pretty good. Hollywood Brown, Thielen, or Singletary in the flex. Full PPR. What's up, Project Dre? Let's go with. I'm gonna go with Thielen. No, they got the Cowboys. Damn, it's not a great idea either. Might still go Thielen. I'm still going Thielen. You can make the argument for Hollywood against the Texas second game back with Kyler Murray. Maybe we're going. Let's go Hollywood. Let's go Hollywood. Second game back. I think they'll get Hollywood some involved. Let's go Hollywood there. Around what else would be too much to give up with Bijan to get Chase? I want Chase as he's a better dynasty player, but I also don't want to give up too much in a deal. Either the guy is 2-8 and likes picks more than players. Okay, he likes picks more than players. So, what kind of picks do you have? What does your draft capital look like that maybe you can go and get Chase? And I can't remember JC if this was this the one QB or super flex. This was the one QB. Okay. No. GT, remind me real quick if it was super flex or not. 2 and 8 likes to pick. So yeah, I mean Bijan is up there. So depending how much he likes Bijan, I mean, I'd start with like a second and then work my way up from there. Birdman, what up, Birdman? Birdman in the building. Tag Fantasy, what's up, John? Appreciate you, brother. Ed Seat, Lockett, Pacheco, or Ty Chandler full PPR. I know Lockett's a little bit banged up. Is he officially in? Not gonna play, but he's got a hamstring. I know. I'll probably just go Pacheco. No, it's not a awesome matchup. I think Madison is playing now. Still says in question, but probably go Lockett. He's been a little hot. I know he's got a little bit issue with the hammy, but Project Dre, no problem, bro. Appreciate you, man. I'll send you a picture of my pick. Yeah, yeah. Send me the pics. I'll get deeper with you on Instagram. 1QB. My bad. I forgot, JC. With all the questions, I can't remember exactly. Connor and Collins for Devontae. Mm, yeah, I'm okay with that. If you need Devontae, I'll go get Devontae. You already know. Got to stop in the show, show some love. Yeah, appreciate you, Birdman. Always showing love. You the man, man. You the man. Shout out to Birdman. Yeah, I gotta look through my lineups. I gotta set lineups. I gotta do that tonight because it'd be coming down to the wire in the morning. I don't be waking up in time, and then we hop on the show, and I'm like taking it down to the wire. I can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. But yeah, appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody that's come out tonight. Throw any questions you guys have in the chat there. And if not, I'll probably be getting out of here soon. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 11:30 Eastern. And then we'll be back on Tuesday for the Dynasty night. On Tuesday, we'll talk more. We'll talk actual Dynasty, specifically Dynasty on Tuesday. So, but yeah, I just wound up buying Chase in a Dynasty league, so I'm happy about that. Trying to snag him in another league as well. Guy hasn't answered yet. I had to DM him real quick. See if we can get this done. Okay, here we go. I got a trade in the inbox. Contending team. I did just lose Burrow. I have Carr. It's a 1QB, so I do have Carr and Jameis Winston as backup. But 2 seconds and Tank Bigsby for Mike Evans. Oh, I'm taking Evans here for the 2 seconds. I mean, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we got Mike Evans now. 2 seconds and Bigsby for Mike Evans in a 1QB start 8. Give me Evans. Give me Evans. Tell me what y'all think about that. Good night, bro. Appreciate you, Birdman. Night, brother. In summary, I have a late first and 2 early seconds as well this year. Okay, the rest of my picks for the next 3 years are my picks, and I'm about 6 and 8 in my league. Okay, so we're all right at a 12 total. All right, I'll get more into it on Instagram with you, JC. Just DM me, and we'll get into it a little more detail there. Guys, 2 and 6. We got Chase. Yeah, so I'd offer Bijan, and you said you got 2 early seconds. 1 QB. So yeah, can you offer Bijan in the 2 seconds for Chase? Like, does that do it, or can you do Bijan and even Bijan in the late first? Like, I start with the 2 seconds, like, if he makes you give up the first, then, whatever, I'll still take Chase, but no problem, JC, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. But, yeah, guys, throw any last second questions you guys got in the chat. I'll stay on for another minute or 2. Make sure I get any last questions that you guys have. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Appreciate everybody that came out and that is here watching. What kind of wide receiver you think I can get with Gibbs Collins pair? I mean, is this your 8-man league, Caddy? Or is this the 12-man? I mean, I think you should be able to get a top wide receiver. I mean, you're giving up Gibbs and you're giving up Collins. They're 2 pretty productive wide receivers, so going Cook, unless for some reason Madison doesn't play, then maybe you go Chandler. I'm guessing you're talking about James Cook. I'd probably go James Cook regardless. Go James Cook regardless. What'd you pay for Chase? So I paid for Chase actually pretty cheap. I think I put in the group chat. I put in the group chat and on Instagram. So it was Jamar Chase. I gave up Michael Pittman, Deontay Johnson, a late first, which was not mine. That guy's in 3rd place right now, who I gave up the late first. So Deontay Johnson, Michael Pittman, a late first, and Dre Greenlaw. It is IDP. So it's start 10 Superflex, and then start 9 IDP as well. So start 10 on offense, start 9 on defense. So Greenlaw, Johnson, Michael Pittman, and a late first for Jamar Chase. I thought I kinda stole him a little bit. So, because that team, I basically just that guy, he's 5 and 5 right now. He doesn't know which direction to pick. He doesn't know, if he should be going to win or not. And so I just kinda caught him in a moment, and, he wanted a linebacker, and gave him a linebacker. Have fun. I got a bunch of linebackers in this league, so I am pretty good. He wanted, um he wanted Jordan Brooks, but I was like, "Nah, I'm not giving up Jordan Brooks." Let me know what you think, DS. You think that was a good trade for Chase? And this is, like, kinda beefed up scoring too, in this league. I have CD as well in that league, so now I got CD and Chase, and I've got the 101 and the 102 right now currently in that league, so we starting Singletary or Puka at the flex. Starting Puka. Starting Puka. Like a St. Brown? Yeah, yeah, they try and get a St. Brown, that's fine, that's what I would do, or at least start there, inquire. I mean, the better thing to do is you're gonna have to find somebody that needs a running back, like, who's gonna take on Gibbs? Because the guy's not just gonna give up St. Brown if he doesn't need a running back, right? So, find the team that needs a running back, and then that's where you gotta start, Caddy. Or more. Uh, what more? Give me Kirk. I don't think there's any more that I'm gonna play over Kirk right now. Yeah, Deontay late first, Michael Pittman for Jamar Chase. Well, Dre Greenlaw as well. Ford or more at the flex. Ford. Be Ford. It's a great deal for Chase. I know, I know. I think the defense kind of helped me out there, the IDP, because the linebackers do score a lot of points, but I have a bunch of good linebackers, so yeah, and that's what I think that's what we're gonna kinda talk about on Tuesday a little bit, for the Dynasty show. We're just gonna talk about, maybe trying to take advantage of certain players, who you can try and go after, some of these middling teams that can't really pick a direction, trying to take advantage a little bit when you can, so, yeah, I'm rolling there. I got CeeDee Lamb, I got Jamar Chase, I got JSN, and I got Jaden Reed as well, and then pretty much a bunch of trash cans. My QB situation is kinda bad. All I have is Deshaun Watson, but I do have the 101 and I do have the 102 currently, so I can fix up that QB position pretty easily. Appreciate it. That was my on the fence. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate you, Birdman. No problem, brother. Frank, what's up, Frank? I was about to just get off. You just made it, Frank. What's up, my brother? Was all set up to make some trades. I have CJ, the Wolf, and Murray, and my trade deadline was Friday, 12 a.m. Burrow owner was down, but now stuck with three QBs. Got to stop drinking. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, brother. It's hard with the trade deadline, so you have to kind of make sure you know when that is and try and make moves beforehand. So Jack Dre, I got Thielen after week 3. He was a good buy off of waivers, but recently been low. I think after this Cowboys week, his last 7 games, we'll see a big spike in his production back to what we were seeing. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, he is just an older wide receiver as well. I mean, he's like, what, 33 years old? So, he went on a tear. I'm sure his body has took a beating. So it's pretty natural to kind of slow down a little bit, but we'll see what happens in the next few weeks if he kinda picks it back up. I mean, he should. There's nobody else, man. There's nobody else. They've got nobody else. I mean, Mingo hasn't been great, but Mingo is basically they want Mingo to be what Thielen is. Like, Thielen is just occupying that role right now, and so until Thielen goes, I don't think we'll see the greatest out of Mingo. I'm super well versed in IDP, brother. There you go. That was a steal. Anytime I could get any second or higher or starting piece for a starting piece, I'm doing it. Yep, absolutely. One last one, Fields or Purdy? Fields or Purdy? I think Purdy's probably safe, but give me the upside in Fields. Like, let's just go for it. Let's go for the upside in Fields. Take Aaliyah's better than Taylor Swift. I think he wants JMO and Bijan for Chase. Done, bro. Done. Do it right now. Don't ask any more questions. Do it right now. Right now. JMO and Bijan for Chase. That's it. He's gone. Bye-bye. Give me Chase. It's not a start. That's a smash, bro. That's a smash. Let's do it. Before he thinks about it anymore, done, done. Even the elite Parsons or Nick Bosa, like IDPs, need to transfer that value. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So what I did was like, especially the IDP, it's all kind of jacked up. So you can start up to 5 linebackers in this IDP, and linebackers score the most points. So like after like round 7 or 8, like I went like all linebackers after that. I picked like 5, 6 of them in a row. Basically took all the linebackers. And now basically what I've been doing is kind of tanking and using those linebackers as pieces in trades to get some of these guys. So it's worked out so far. So I was able to get 2 extra firsts, which one of them I was able to use in this trade, and now I currently have the 101, the 102, and I have CD Brown and Jamar Chase on this squad. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. So Murray's an IR spot. Don't have to make moves till week 13. Should I just keep him there just in case one goes down? I mean, yeah, you might as well. I mean, you can't trade him, so there's nothing you could do with him at this point. So you might as well just hold on to him. Illuminati killed Aaliyah for Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's crazy. That could be something, Jamie. That could be something. Appreciate you. Thanks for all the wisdom. Appreciate you, Frank. Appreciate everybody else out there. I'm with that. That's what I'm saying, Birdman. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, DS. Smash that for sure. Like, hop off of here for a quick second, smash it real quick, and like send it in the inbox now. If that was even a thought, put it in the inbox right now. JMO and Bijan for Chase. Let him smash it. Throw in a fucking third or something like that, a little cherry on top so he kinda automatically smashes it. You don't even think about it. He might be watching this as soon as I go to accept, I see he's taking the offer away on my screen. No way. He could be watching this? That would be something. I mean, it's a small world, but ain't that popular. I don't know. But yeah, go do it quick. Accept it. Oh, that's in your inbox? Oh my gosh. Well, why are you even typing this? Smash it right now. Smash it right now. Let's get this done live. Come on. Let's get it done live, JC. Tua or Fields? Uh, give me Tua. I'm not gonna take the chance on field to wait. Give me Tua. Give me Tua. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? RBs I can realistically target for Chase. Got wide receiver depth, so I'm not too worried about Burrow injury, but could see an upgrade. Could use an upgrade at running back, half PPR. All right, Ryan. So we want to give up Chase and we want to get a running back. It's going to be tough because nobody really likes Chase right now after what just happened. So I think you need to find a team that needs a wide receiver, really. I mean, instead of me just throwing names out there, I think the easiest way is to go look at all the teams in the league and see who needs or who could use a Jamar Chase right now that has a running back that they can possibly give up. So, it's gotta in order for them to give up running back, it's gotta be something that they need. So they're gonna have to need a wide receiver. I'm not sure how high up we go here. I mean, can you get Pollard and a piece? I'm okay with, tearing down to like Pollard and another piece, another wide receiver on top of that. Um, I mean, Bijan, Kamara. I don't know if you've got to add anything else to those guys, but I'd be trying to get something like that. Rashard White and a wide receiver on top of that. I mean, there's a couple different ways you can try and do it. It just depends on who needs the wide receiver and who do they have on their team that you can pry away from there. Would you move Howell and AJ Brown for Kelsey and Mahomes? Howell and AJ Brown for Kelsey and Mahomes. I mean, AJ Brown's been awesome. Howell's been awesome. Mahomes has been okay, and then you've got Kelsey who's been awesome. I mean, it's kind of the same thing almost. I mean, if you want the tight end advantage, I guess if you have other strong wide receivers, I mean, I kind of like what you have there already. So I'm not like totally inclined to smash it. But yeah, I mean, you get the stack, I guess. Give me the stack with Mahomes and Kelsey. Give me the stack. Hunter, trade Chase, Puka, and Williams for Gibbs and Marquise Brown. Chase, Puka, and Williams. Puka and Kyron for Gibbs. I don't think I'm doing that. I mean, I like Brown, but I like Puka more. I mean, obviously, I like Gibbs more than Williams, but I don't know, Hunter. I don't think I want to do it. If you're desperate for running, and what Williams are you talking about here? Is it Kyron or Javante? Like, if it's Javante, I'm not doing it. Maybe for Kyron, I probably might not. Is that like JMO? Like, what Williams is that, Hunter? Let me know so I can make sure I answer that correctly for you. Defoe, what's up, man? Who would you bench full PPR? Adams, Jacobs, or Brees Hall? I'll probably bench Brees in that instance. Javante. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, Javante's been getting more work. He's looking good. Are you giving up Chase and Puka for what Marquise Brown, who's going to give you what Puka production or less than Puka production, or he's going to give you Chase production? I mean, I don't know if I want to give up that. Like, I want a better upgrade than Marquise Brown, I think, if I'm going to pull that off. So I think I'll just hold where I'm at, Hunter. Diaz at 12 team. Okay. This is that Empire has his 24. You have his 24 first. He has garbage at QB. Am I asking for too much? He wants his hurt. He wants his first back. JT, G Willie, Olave, Dell for Nico, QJ, Zay Flowers, and his possible 102 to 104. Okay, so you'd be getting JT, G Willie, Olave, and Dell, and you're giving up Nico, you're giving up QJ, you're giving up Zay Flowers and the 102, 104. I mean, yeah, it kind of is too much, but I mean, you got the leverage there. So, I mean, negotiate it down to what he thinks is right, and then you decide if that's going to be enough for you to make the trade. I mean, if you can get G Willie and JT, and you're getting Olave on top of that, like, I mean, maybe do you take Dell out and just do JT, G Willie, and Olave? Nico, Nico, Zay Flowers, and QJ. I think it's a fine place to start and then kinda just take it from there. Yes, 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 that's fine. Give him the second, give him the second, that's fine. Just do it, JC, just do it. Please, please do it right now. Just give him the second, I don't care about the second. Just get yourself Jamar Chase. It's fine. He can have the second if that's what it's gonna take. You can argue with him and say to make it a third, but Jamar Chase sometimes it's not even worth, nitpicking for if it's close, just smash that, bro. So we're definitely taking this. I think you need to smash this now, JC, please, and let me know what happens. Yeah, there you go. Diaz says, "Stop talking to us and smash." That's right. Smash it now because it's one of those trades that tomorrow he's going to feel a different way, or maybe even later on tonight he's feeling a different way. Or if he's listening to this, I mean, he's obviously not listening to my advice if he's actually offering something like that. So, um, Isaac in the building. What up, Isaac? Pacheco for Waddle or Smith? Yeah, I think I'd take Waddle or Smith. If you got other running backs, I'll take the wide receiver for sure. If you got other running backs for sure. We'll wait and see what happens with James Cook. I mean, if you're gonna use Cook as like your RB2 instead of Pacheco and then you're getting Waddle or Smith, like I'm fine with that. Just use Cook as the RB2, trade Pacheco for the wide receiver. I'm good with that, Isaac. Barat, what's up, brother? What's good, Barat? Who would you start, Dak or Kyler? I know everyone says Dak. I felt Arizona and Houston will be back and forth. Listen, Dak has been hot. Dak has been really good, but Kyler wasn't bad last game. He's going to give you a good floor. The only way Dak like doesn't do good is if like Pollard starts going off on the ground. I mean, but Dak has been I mean, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns the past 3 games. I mean, it's hard not to play Dak. Like, yeah, they're playing a shit defense in Carolina, but they also played a shit defense in the Giants, and he still threw 4 tutties for 400 damn yards. So, I mean, I'd probably just go Dak in this instance. Dak's been hot. Like, follow the hot hand right now. I mean, no reason to go away from that. Give me Dak. Until we see Kyler kind of string it together a few games, maybe just give me Dak. He's been hot. They've kind of figured something out a little bit here where they're just passing the ball a ton more the past few games than they have, earlier in the season. So I benched Dak last week and lost with 3. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, that hurts. That hurts. But you know what? That's one of the things that, it's hard when you've got to make those kind of choices. Like that means that you should probably be making a trade because you don't want to have to decide that every week. Like you're not going to be able to pick which weeks that this guy goes off or that guy goes off. Like you can look at the matchups, but it's not you're not always going to win it based off the matchup. Like so it's hard, man. It's hard. Sent that trade in the Empire. He declined. Okay, no response. I think he's salty. I have his first. He has no QBs, and this league is stingy with him on account someone hoarded. Yeah. So yeah, he probably doesn't want to pay too much. Maybe scale it back a little bit. Send it again. Send it without what was it, Tank Dell? Send it without Tank Dell in it. You know. But to get the one pick and like you losing all of those 3 pieces, like JTG, Willie, and Olave, just for the one pick, I think that's kind of the tough part. Like you might be able to get 2 of those guys. I don't think you're getting all of them. So I would say pick which ones you want. You want G Willie, Olave, JT, like pick 2 of those guys. I mean, I know you're adding in well, you are adding in Nico, Zay, so I mean, it's actually not that bad when you look at all the other pieces that you're adding in. But maybe make it smaller. Maybe just make it the pick for, G Willie and Olave. I don't know. Maybe you throw in Nico or QJ in there as well. That's a tough one. But obviously, if he declined it then and didn't write anything back, then he probably just thinks it's way too much. So I would scale it back and just keep trying. I mean, worst he's gonna say is no, but maybe write him something and try and get him, send him another trade and maybe just write something with it. This way at least he can respond or he can hear your reasoning for what you sent. Like they went back to last year. Yeah. Yeah. He thought he would compete with Daniel Jones as his only QB, then Zach Wilson, poor bastard. Oh man. Smokey Bandit, what's up, brother? Full PPR, Collins or Addison? Ooh, I think I gotta go Addison here. I think I gotta go Addison. As much as I like Collins, and you can make the argument for Collins. I mean, that's a good matchup as well. But Freddie, what up, Freddie? I have Lamar and traded Tua for Connors. Okay, we got Lamar. We traded Tua for Connors. What's your outlook on Connor rest of the season? I have Eckler, Achane, and Singletary. I mean, I don't think you necessarily need him. I think he's going to be good as long as he stays healthy. He's going to get the majority of the work that's there. So I'm fine with him. I mean, he's a fine like RB2 with some upside. So what's your take on DTR and Jake Browning? Superflex Dynasty. I'm a Burrow, T-Law, DJ, and Zach owner. Yeah, I mean DTR, obviously he's going to be the backup to Deshaun Watson, so he's valuable in that sense. You just kind of want to stash him. You can trade him obviously if with Watson hurt. I would just take a pick. Like, can you get a second round pick for him? I mean, even a third. I mean, I don't think he's going to, outplay Deshaun Watson or be the starting quarterback when Deshaun Watson comes back. So, but he is probably going to be the starter for the rest of the season. I mean, same thing with Jake Browning. I mean, if I can just grab a pick, I mean, we know Joe Burrow's the quarterback, so this is a temporary thing. So, give me whatever I can get for these guys. Jake Dre said my lineup healthy, no buy lineup. Okay. Jalen, AJ Brown, Diggs, Kamara, ETN, Kincaid. Yeah, you've got an awesome lineup here. Rashad White and Kamara. Rashad White over Kamara this week. Uh I don't know if I wanted to. Well, Kamara, they're not playing this week, right? Yeah, they don't play this. Okay. Singletary Hollywood over Thielen this week. Maybe Hollywood. Yeah, I would go Hollywood. No problem, Smokey. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Great idea. That's what I do. Wrote something with the trade. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Birdman. Vikings over Chiefs defense this week. Okay. Just because I'm a Philly fan, I'm hoping for Jalen to throw for 5 tutties and run for another 5. Yeah, I mean, listen, we've all got dreams and hopes. I mean, Christmas is coming up, so holidays coming up. We can hope and we can pray, but I mean, Jalen's gonna do his thing regardless. I mean, he's been awesome, so I'm not worried about him. It's basically a tier up and running back for a top rookie QB or Marv in those picks. Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Fuck his reasoning. Well, I'm talking about your reasoning, just so you can let him know kind of what you're feeling. This way, you can try and get a deal done, or at least get him to reply to you in a sense where now you can kind of negotiate a little bit. I think Knox is coming back this season. I don't care if Knox comes back this season. I'm not worried about him. I think Kincaid has established himself as that kind of guy, so I'm not worried about Knox coming back. Yeah, Kincaid's been awesome. I think everybody loves what we're seeing from him. This is kind of what we expected. It's just had to have a little bit of patience. It took an injury for it to happen, but we're finally seeing, what Kincaid's role can be in this offense. So I like it, man. Fuck his reason. I got his first. He would need a QB. You know me, bro. They got to bend the knee. I know they got to bend the knee, but not everybody wants to bend the knee. Whenever you send me a trade, I'm like, oh fucking what is he gonna ask for now? Um, but yeah, I mean it's fine to try. There's no harm in that. But if he's just declining and he's not even like writing back to you or anything like that, he probably doesn't. It's way too much for him to even think about. So I would just send another one with some less pieces or a little bit less of a price. He'll probably decline that too, but write something along with it. See if you can get something out of him to see what else you gotta, how low. What does he want to do? What does he want to do? Who would you drop? Kyler, Dak, and Golf rest of season. Wow. It might be Golf. Might be golf in this instance. I mean, it's either Kyler or golf the way that Dak has been playing lately. So yeah, I think he has it at this point. I think he's shown enough and he's produced enough to the point where, even when Knox comes back, he'll be more of the blocking tight end, and Kincaid will be the guy that's out there running the routes because he's just obviously light years better than Knox. I mean, I think everybody sees that. Coaching staff knows that. So, and again, don't forget, like Kincaid was a rookie, so coming in early in the season, they kind of eased him in a little bit, especially at the tight end position. Especially that Knox was just got a contract and he, was the starting tight end. So we just have to have a little bit of patience. A little bit of patience. Dell or Metcalf, half PPR. Oof. I like Dell. I do like Metcalf as well, but give me Dell. Metcalf just hasn't been as good as kind of we've hoped so far. Give me Dell, Stephen Joe. Bend the knee. Yeah, we know. We know you want him to bend the knee, Diaz. But you also don't want him to just not want to trade with you. So I want to get something out of him. I want to see what he's thinking at all and see if that's even a possibility. This way you don't got to waste your time or energy. You can just move off. Like if he's going to way lowball you and you're not even going to get close, at least then at that point you can stop and just move on, you know? So I just want to hear something from him. So try and write a little, couple sentences or something just explaining or see if you can get some kind of answer from him to see if it makes sense. Metcalf has wannabe AJ Brown. Yeah, I mean, there's 2 other good wide receivers that are there over with Metcalf, so and Geno just hasn't been good this year so far, so it's been a little rough. But all right, guys, let me get out of here. Throw any last questions you got in the chat. I know I said that a few times already, but I'm rolling as long as you guys are rolling, so let me know any last questions, and I'll pop up out of here. We'll see y'all in the morning, 11:30 Eastern. We've got the Wake and Bake show tomorrow morning, 11:30 Eastern. Make sure y'all come through. Tomorrow, usually on Sundays, we go over prop bets, we go over game bets. So we'll be looking at what kind of bets we'll be making tomorrow morning. Up 11:30. You up 11:30? Perfect. Perfect. You pop right in, Project Dre. Pop right in. So yeah, Hammer goes over all his picks for the games. What kind of bets that he's making. Then we go over some underdog bets. What are some good bets that we're looking at on underdog? And of course, we're doing more, start sit injury updates before the game. So have some fun that hour and a half before the game there. Birdman out. Be blessed. Appreciate you, Birdman. You the man. All y'all. Appreciate all y'all. Y'all the man. Ready for game time. Yeah. Doing any game time shows? No, typically I don't do game time shows. I mean, if I do, I'd be on our channel plus the 420 Fantasy Hustler Network. I do go on that channel as well sometimes, but on game time, no. I'm usually out by 1, so I'm here 11:30 to 1 in the morning, and then, you can always follow on Instagram as well. I mean, on Instagram, we post a lot of stuff. You can always DM me also, so Dynasty Life Fantasy is the Instagram, should be in the description there, so check it out, but appreciate you, JC. Appreciate everybody out there that came through. I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Peace out, y'all.